My name is Arvind Kala and I live in Delhi. This Prashant Bhushan case will prove to be a Mahatma Gandhi moment in Indian history. What does India see? India sees a Prashant Bhushan, 63 years old, standing before a court, a man who has fought for the public all his life, who has never sought money, who has never sought a position, but only fought for himself and for the betterment of society. And what does it see on the other side? A court system, a court which is ready to convict this man, 63-year-old man. If he doesn't look like Mahatma Gandhi right now, who does? Because something Prashant Bhushan said was really masterly. He said, please convict me. I'm not seeking mercy. I said something, I asserted my right as a citizen to say something in the form of a tweet. And if you think it okay to punish me, please punish me. I'll accept the punishment cheerfully. Now, this is what Mahatma Gandhi used to do, what Prashant Bhushan has done. And let us remember one thing. This may be a Mahatma Gandhi moment in Indian history, but it's also a Corona moment. This is never in India have I seen the kind of fear that envelops India today. People don't want to meet their fathers, their brothers, their sisters, maybe not even their wives, for fear of Corona. Everybody has shut himself off. Nobody meets anybody. And what does Prashant Bhushan do? He says, please send me to jail, which may happen 24 hours from now, where he'll be exposed to Corona because jail conditions are not as safe as a home can be. So this is what it is, a man who's ready to give his life for a principle, for his right to, as a citizen to express a view. Never do we see a spectacle like this. And all that apart, what's going to happen tomorrow? Let me tell you of something sensational that happened 10 years ago in this very Supreme Court. 10 years ago, the Supreme Court justices then told Prashant Bhushan's father, Shanti Bhushan, please, Mr. Bhushan, you keep saying India's chief justices have been corrupt. We want their names. Please give those names to us in a sealed envelope. Now, Shanti Bhushan did this in 2010. He gave names of those judges that he thought was corrupt. And he said he had proof that could prove that they had made money and they had been dishonest. And for 10 years, this very Supreme Court did nothing. It still does nothing. And it has become so touchy that something Prashant Bhushan says so innocuous, and this Supreme Court is ready to convict him. 3 judges. Now, let me tell you one thing. Judges, not here, not in America, nowhere in the world, these are not angels who've dropped from heaven. Let me tell you one thing. 7-8 years ago, 58 members of the Rajya Sabha signed a petition suggesting the removal of a judge. He was S.K. Ganguel, a High Court judge of Madhya Pradesh High Court, who had done something outrageous. He had made an outrageous pass at a lady judge, a junior. He had told her, hey, why don't you dance? Why don't you do an item number? Now, an item number in Hindi films is a musical, is a song done by a voluptuous female, moving a body sinuously to the claps of an appreciative crowd. And this is what this High Court judge had done in Madhya Pradesh. S.K. Ganguel went, but apart from him, there have been other High Court judges who have been threatened with impeachment, have resigned. P.D. Dinakaran, Soumitra Sen, and 17 years ago, there was a Madrasi judge, V. Ramaswamy, who was, the parliament sought to impeach him, and 120 MPs voted for his removal. And what was the charge? That he had engaged in fantastic extravagances as the Chief Justice of the Punjab High Court. So he was called into account. These were the standards just 17 years ago. And that is what it is. And throughout over the years, what I've seen is top legal luminaries, top lawyers, top judges who have resigned, they've been the ones who have questioned the integrity of judges and magistrates and lawyers also. That is what has happened. And Prashant Bhushan is called to task. And there's a fundamental absurdity in this. And all over India, lakhs of petty criminals are tried, convicted, and sentenced to various jail terms. There's thieves, pickpockets, fraudsters, prostitutes seeking clients. All of them are entitled to a defense. If they present, there's a trial, they're convicted there. And if they don't have money to hire a lawyer, the state at its own expense hires a lawyer and pays the lawyer because they think that is his fundamental right. Now, this was a right that was denied to Prashant Bhushan. In this, what happened was the Prashant Bhushan made an allegation against the Supreme Court. Now, they were the defenders. The defenders become the judges. The judges decide the sentence, and the judges become the executioners. They sentence the person to this and send him to jail. Now, this is Prashant Bhushan wanted to know the grounds for his for that conviction, but he wasn't given that. So this is truly a Mahatma Gandhi moment. And let me tell you one thing in passing. India's 1,300 million people see one thing. They see Prashant Bhushan's frail figure standing there ready to be convicted, and they see a court system which has tormented them for decades. Literally lakhs, millions, crores of Indians have suffered in this system. Come for court cases which don't close. There are laws in India, but there's no justice. On and on, they spend time, they spend money on, in a futile search for justice. And they see this discredited court system sentencing Prashant Bhushan, who spent all his life fighting for the public. If he doesn't look like a Mahatma Gandhi, who does? And in passing, let me say before I end, where are you, Mr. Kejriwal? You were the epitome. You were the Gandhi of India 6 years ago. You were the epitome of integrity, etc. Prashant Bhushan was your precious colleague, and you said goodbye to him. अरे कुर्सी से बहुत मोहब्बत हो गई है, boss. Okay, I'll take your leave and goodbye and good luck to you, and please subscribe. Thank you.